Perfect. Hello, everybody. My name is Chris Marshall. I'm a nutrition coach with Isogenics. Today, I'm interviewing Dr. Beth Templin, who owns a physical therapy practice. We're going to talk a little bit about her introduction to these products and how it's started to take effect in her personal family life as well as in the clinic and where things are going. So, Dr. Beth, can you just tell us a little bit about yourself?
Sure. I am a geriatric physical therapist. I've been practicing for 16 years, and I opened my practice about 3 years ago. So we are a mobile clinic, outpatient geriatrics, and we teach wellness classes, group exercise, and such for our folks.
Great. And how did you hear about Isogenics in the first place?
Yeah, so that's a fun story. So I was originally interested in partnering with like a registered dietitian, a nutritionist, because people were asking me in my practice every single day, how do I eat better? How do I lose some weight? How do I get healthier? I know I don't eat that well. And so I had reached out to see if anybody knew somebody that would have good knowledge with working with older adults. Many of the fitness people and nutritionists out there just really want to work with like healthy young athletes. So I was introduced to you as a potential person, that could help me solve the problem that I was looking to solve in my practice. And when I first met you, Chris, I wasn't interested. I really wanted a service that I could, connect to my folks with to get like a good meal plan and nutrition coaching and education. And so I didn't really consider Isogenics for a while. After a year of, myself trying to eat healthier and do whole foods and, clean eating. I had a weight loss goal myself that I wasn't reaching. You reached out to me again, and I was like, well, maybe I'll hear him out. Maybe I'll see what Isogenics has to offer, because I knew that if, with all of my knowledge and education, all the time and energy that I spent meal prepping, if I couldn't get healthier, if I couldn't improve my nutrition, how could I expect other folks that I worked with in their 60s, 70s, and 80s to do the same? So that's when we, met again and had another talk.
And that was, I think, around the beginning of February.
Yes, it was right around my birthday. Because last year for my birthday, I bought myself a treadmill again to just improve my overall health. And I was on it like 5 days a week and eating healthy and no changes in weight. And then this year for my birthday, I actually bought myself Isogenics, which was a fabulous gift to myself.
And so you've been using the products for how long?
Almost 2 months now, I think 7 weeks. And it's been amazing. I mean, I have been under a lot of stress recently with the coronavirus hitting the United States so quickly. I've actually had to shut down my doors. So lots of quick changes, going from a full steam ahead practice that did all in-person services to a dead stop and trying to reroute a lot of our services to online platforms with an aging population that is not very tech savvy. Managing a staff of 6 people, the stress has been high, but I feel like since I have been using Isogenics, I've had ready, easy meals. I'm not planning. I'm not running to the grocery store. I've got great nutritional support. I'm managing my stress, and it's giving me the foundation that I need to be able to like have the energy to get through these days. And I anticipate I have another week or 2 ahead of me that's going to be this demanding as we continue to switch things over.
I think you mentioned something about energy and mental focus as well.
Yeah, so the first 2 weeks were a little bumpy. I definitely felt like I was in a brain fog as my body was like detoxing, just realizing that I was putting really good nutrients in my body and my body was trying to shed some of the bad stuff that I had stored up. But after those first 2 weeks, I definitely had so much more energy, clarity, mental focus. And again, that's exactly what my body needed to be able to work, from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m., 7 days a week, to navigate this, to figure out telehealth and Medicare and online classes and Zoom and get my team up to speed. Like I needed that in order to successfully make these changes that we've made.
Not to mention being a wife and being a mom of 2 active kiddos, and like you have a full plate.
Yeah. So I think we all do. I think we all have a full day. And the fact, that my husband's not really all about healthy eating, but he saw how easy my life got with these shakes. He noticed that I was losing weight. And so he was like, hey, can I can I do those shakes? Sure, babe, I'll get you some. So he's doing the shakes now. And again, he agrees his life is easier. He feels like he's getting better calories in than he was previously. And so it's helped us. And actually, my parents are using it as well. And they're actually in Ohio, and I'm here in St. Louis. But the beautiful thing is, it doesn't have like a geographical limitation like it does with my physical clinic. We can only see people in a certain area, but with adding this nutrition and now adding the online services, I can really expand my geography of people I'm able to help across the US is kind of my goal.
That's phenomenal. So it's definitely become a family thing, and maybe we wouldn't have predicted that, or it's been a kind of a pleasant surprise.
Definitely been a pleasant surprise. I've been trying to help my folks get a little healthier by exercising, and that was my big focus. And again, they're 7-hour drive away, so I can't get my hands on them like I would love to. This is something that I feel like is going to help them, one, navigate this, the stay-at-home orders. They're not going to have to go to the grocery store, worry about fresh ingredients. They're going to get well-balanced nutrition delivered to their door, and I couldn't be happier for that right now. I don't want them out. I want them to socially isolate as much as possible so that they stay healthy and active, during this time.
Right. So when they cook for themselves, it's less often, so they're not constantly having to run out.
Right. And I know for me, I only have to worry about prepping one healthy meal a day. I've got my snacks and my breakfast and my lunch taken care of. And right now, the ease of that, the convenience of that is, it's worth so much to me to not have to deal with that on top of everything else that's been piled on my plate.
That's awesome. Um, so I'm going to ask, I'm going to sort of a question we didn't discuss, but how do you see this being a help to some of your patients, your PT patients?
Yeah, so my crowd is usually 60 plus. A lot of them have arthritis, aches and pains, and as I learned more about nutrition, I know that's from the inflammation process. So this nutrition targets the inflammation. I know for the every pound my folks are overweight, it puts an extra 4 pounds of pressure on their joints. If I can help them manage their weight and get down to a healthier weight, I'm going to improve their arthritis pain, their mobility. The other thing is a lot of times when people diet, they lose lean muscle mass. So they're losing muscle mass and they're not losing fat mass. When you lose too much muscle mass, especially in my age population, it's a medical term of sarcopenia. When you lose that muscle mass, you lose strength, you lose independence. You are actually at an increased risk for mortality. So knowing that I can help them work on that inflammation response, that I can help them manage and lose some weight, that some of the products with isogenics deal with stress response, I feel like that nutrition, that foundation is going to support their overall health during this time so that they're less likely to have long-term secondary consequences from being in the house, eating frozen meals and prepackaged foods, and all of these other things that my folks are doing. And I know that that's what's going on right now.
Sure, that's excellent. And just giving them options. They may not want to do a full program like what you have done, but they may want something convenient so that they can have an alternative to Wendy's. And it's great that this is just real life. We're at a shelter in place order. We've got kids running around the house, and that's how life is.
Yes.
Here's it all. But we really believe it'll give, we started this with Keith, your husband, to give him some convenient meal options. And
Yes.
he really loved that. And so even some of your patients may just want a couple times a week to swap out their lunch for something nourishing, to swap out a breakfast for something nourishing, and to have that option. Is that kind of how you see it?
Yes. Sorry, someone's trying to call me.
That's okay.
um,
We'll be done in just a second.
That's okay. Say the question again. Something about Keith
So,
and easy nutrition. Oh, and our patients. Yes. So they might like to take this time and take advantage to cook 2 healthy meals a day. But if they can substitute one with a meal replacement with a shake, and again, just improve their nutrition by a third. If every day one of your 3 meals gives you the macro and the micronutrients that your body needs to stay healthy, even if you don't do 2 shakes a day like I do, you're going to improve your nutrition. You're going to be better ready have better immune responses and all of these other things that you need to stay healthy during this time.
that's brilliant. what is the number one thing you would tell someone else who is considering using isogenics?
Hmm. Don't be a snob like I was. I think I was just really resistant. And I think, Chris, you and I met 14 months before I actually decided to purchase and use the products myself. Don't wait. Go ahead and try them. They're amazing. You will not regret it. And they offer a 30-day money back guarantee. So there really is low risk. If I would have started these products a year ago, I would have been healthier and I would have been able to help that many more people also eat better and get better nutrition in their body.
And can you speak to how some of the rewards and commissions for sharing these products have started to help you and how you see that helping your clinic during this time?
Yeah, so right now I cannot provide any in-person services. And I did the numbers. 90% of our revenue was from in-person or mobile PT visits. So in a matter of a week, I lost 90% of my revenue, which is devastating. 10% of the revenue is coming from our classes. So now we can offer our folks online classes and nutrition delivered to their door. Every person that we refer to Isogenics, we get kind of a commission for referring them, for getting them to sign up. Every time they reorder, down the road, that's going to be residual income coming into my clinic, even after we're able to open our doors in a couple of months. So it's going to allow me to generate additional revenue right now when I absolutely need it. And then it's going to be a sustainable secondary line of revenue, another line of service that I'm going to be able to have in my business, even once we're back to, normal, whenever that is.
Right. Well, and who knows, but leaders take decisive action in difficult times, and what you've done is taken a decisive action to bring this into your family, sort of as a proving ground, and then bring it into your clinic. And it's really exciting to see where this is going to go.
Thank you.
Yeah. Did you have any other kind of final thoughts?
No, I mean, again, I think because of my background, I really was looking for one solution. And I realized that that was not a practical solution, probably for most of my folks, that I feel like this is a more realistic solution. And it's going to allow me to, when the next time somebody says, how do I eat better? I can say, this is what you need to do. I'm going to refer you to Chris. You guys have a great conversation about what the goals are, what the budget is, figure out if this is an option for you and which level of commitment you want to make to your health. And I feel like it's just going to be a great way to help support my folks to get healthier, stay active and independent.
That's perfect. So to the viewer of this video who wants more information, please feel free to shoot me a text or call at area code 636-328-7147. I have a very consultative approach. You're not going to get a ton of sales pressure, but I'll answer your questions and we can talk about how this will fit in for you personally, because you have to support yourself during a time of crisis, but how also this can help you expand your clinic's footprint past the geography that you currently serve. So thank you very much for your time, Dr. Beth. I really appreciate it. And you have a great day with kids and business and all the decisions you're making.
Thank you so much, Chris.
We'll talk to you soon.
Okay.
Bye-bye.